Well, hello, ghosts and ghouls. DM Scotty here. Great to have you with me. Today we are going to make a skull brazier. Now we've made braziers before, right? But this one's pretty cool. I thought it'd be fun to do like a skull motif for the brazier itself. So let's hit the table. I'll show you how easy it is to convert a tea light into a skull brazier. Here we go, guys. Here's a plastic skull, finally used for all those skulls I'm having you guys buy. And I got this in a bag of skulls at Walmart. And I'm cutting around the top of the cranium here. Be very, very careful with this sharp X-Acto. You don't want to cut yourself. And just cut that top off there. Pretty easy to do. And like I said, be super careful. And then we're going to cut a hole in the bottom so that a tea light can pop through there. So that it doesn't have to be that great looking. And now I'm going to cut out the eye sockets. So I'm just going to kind of punch in around the eye sockets and then drag the blade around the edge. So to clean it up a bit. And just be very careful with that. You don't want to cut yourself or, drag the knife and ruin the whole thing. So take your time with this. And be very careful, like I said. Clean that up a little bit. There we go. Cool. So now it has the top of the skull off and the eyes cut out. And I'm going to pop the tea light through like that, and we'll turn it on for a sec so you can get an idea of the effect. Pretty neat. So this will make a great skull brazier. I think it's going to be really cool. Now with the tea light, I'm going to kind of sand it up a bit. This will help the paint adhere to it as well as the other bits I'm going to glue to it. So I'm just going to sand it up a bit, sand around the light itself and all that kind of stuff. So, yep. Now I'm going to use a plastic fork, cut some tines off here. And I'm just going to need 2 of these. So I'll pick the bigger ones out, use those. Now I'm going to use my E6000. You can use goop also. And I'm going to glue it to the edge of this. I like the goop because it's, it glues well to plastic here. Plastic on plastic. And just clean that up a bit. And I'm going to put it the opposite side on the tea light there. Cool. Let that dry. Now I'm going to add some banding around the tea light. And this is just cardstock I've cut out. It's just 1/8 of an inch cardstock. And I'll just cut that, measure it, and then put some goop on it. I'm going to twist it up a little bit so it'll fit on there easier. Cool. I'll just put a little bit of goop on there, or E6000. All right. And put that banding on. Hold it for a few, and then it'll be on. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to put some banding down the front. So... yeah, so just glue it the same way. So I've got the front and the back. And this will just add some nice detail to it. We want to kind of hide the tea light, right? We don't want it to look like a tea light. Kind of hide that. All right, cool. Now I've got these little rhinestones. I like to use these for kind of rivets. So I'm going to squirt a little bit of the E6000 out, put a little dab on there, and then put one of the rhinestones as a rivet, looking like it's riveting the banding together, right? Nice little detail. And then I'll do a couple more. And I'll put those on the spines there on the side. Nice. Easy peasy. All right, super neat. Okay, now I'm going to glue this on with my goop, facing the front there. Put plenty of goop so you get a nice secure bond. Now when that dries, I'm going to fill up the cup, well, not fill it up, but around the light here with some white glue. And I've got my construction sand here. And I'm going to fill it up with construction sand. And this will be kind of the coals inside the brazier, right? Now that's all dried up. I'll just dump that out. You see we got the base there filled with the construction sand. Now I'm going to paint this up with my flat black, just black bomb it. And I like this little thing on the top. It's just a nice handle. It makes it easier to spray. Okay, cool. Now we've got that all sprayed flat black. Oh, one last thing I did cover the light with a piece of tape, right? And we'll take that off. I forgot to mention that. And there we go. It's all covered up. It was all covered up, and it kept it from being sprayed. So now we're flat black here. And I'm going to paint it with a copper. And it's very watered down. I want almost like a wash, right? It's kind of like an antiquing, right? Cool. Now I'll paint the coals. We'll start with a bright yellow. Careful not to cover up the flame there, or get it on the skull itself, just on the construction sand. Put a little bit of orange in there, and then a little bit of red on top. So cool. Now I'm going to add some hot glue coming up from the light, the flame on the tea light. I'll just add some texture to it to give it a a nice flame texture instead of just a flat plastic texture. I'll add a little bit of color to the flame itself. Not too much, I just kind of wash it on. A little bit of yellow, orange, and red. You don't want to cover up the light, right? There we go, cool. Turn it on and see what it looks like. Nice. That looks great. All right, now with my coals, I like to do a little bit of black on top, like dry brush it on the top as spent coals. So there we go. Easy to do. Now I made sure I waited until this was dry before I did this. All right, cool. I'm gonna do a little bit of wash around the edge of the coals, black wash. Nice. Now I'm gonna use a bronze and do kind of a dry brush on the, now that the copper's dried, a little bit of bronze on top of that. A little bit of color variation. And then I'm going to wash it with a metallic black, and I'll give just enhance the antique look. So when this dries up, we'll hit the table and see what these great skull brazier tea lights look like. Can't wait to show you guys. All right, we're finished up. Let's hit it. Here we are, the braziers glowing in the darkness. Very cool. Let's turn the light on and check these out. Here's Roderick and Hilda come in to investigate this deep pit. We got the brazier pillars next to it. Really cool. Let's take a look at this guy. All right. Neat. I really like the antiquing. I think it gives a really nice effect. Pulls out the detail. The brazier inside looks really great. I love how it glows through the eyes. That's a really cool effect. And these are just super simple, just a tea light and just some other junk, our Halloween skulls, and just put it all together very easily. Hope you enjoyed this craft. Happy Craftober.
Hey crafting and gaming friends, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, check out some more of my other vids. I have hundreds of other videos. Check out the links on this page here. Also subscribe, and if you really do enjoy these crafts and you get something out of them, consider joining my Patreon here down in the corner. If you join Patreon, I have the Crafters Day every month, that video magazine I produce for my patrons. Go forth and craft. Have fun, guys.